EUFY 2K HD Doorbell, a smart doorbell promising easy installation, 2K HD monitoring, and no subscription. Certainly sounds like a dream come true, but is it really? Join me in today's video as we unbox to look at the design, the installation, the app, and my personal experience after extensive testing. You won't want to miss this one. Let's see if this doorbell really lives up to its hype. Inside the box, you'll find everything you need. The sleek EUFY 2K HD doorbell, the mounting hardware, the home base hub which connects your doorbell to the Wi-Fi, a charging cable, and a cool sticker to let people know that your property is being monitored. The only thing that's missing are some tools and a handyman to help with the installation. The doorbell has a compact design measuring 5.5 by 2.1 and 1.1 inches, about the size of a TV remote, making it an unobtrusive addition to your doorstep, but still visible enough so that the postman knows you're watching him play frisbee with your parcels. Despite its compact size, the doorbell feels sturdy and well built, with a plastic matte black finish that blends well with most home exteriors. The camera lens sits at the top of the doorbell, providing a clear 2K high-resolution view of visitors and the surrounding area, displaying a full color range with a 160-degree field of view. You can see in the camera footage, I can pick up everything from my garage door, driveway, and to the street, and it's all crystal clear. The unit weighs just under a pound or 420 grams, feeling solid and durable. While it's not advisable to drop the doorbell, the build quality inspires confidence in its longevity. And speaking of durability, with the IP65 weatherproof rating, you can ensure the device is protected from rain, dust, hail, or shine. But it's still recommended to keep it out of direct sunlight if possible, because prolonged UV exposure can still damage the unit. But that goes for all electronic devices. It takes approximately 6 hours to fully charge from empty, and gives a battery life that will last between 3 to 6 months. This of course depends on activity levels. There's a huge trade-off between battery life and clip length. On optimal surveillance mode, where each clip length records for as much as possible up to 60 seconds, I can detect over 1,600 events, which last me just a bit over 3 months. You can customize the battery settings in the app, which allows you to change the clip length from 5 to 120 seconds, and interval between motion detection from 2 to 60 seconds. One of the biggest advantages of having a smart doorbell is the hassle-free and easy installation. There's no need for complicated wiring through walls or ceilings, and no need for expensive help. Thanks to its wireless connectivity, you can easily place the doorbell in any optimal location for capturing footage and ensuring comprehensive coverage around your home. The box also comes with wedges which angles the doorbell directly at someone in front of your door, giving optimal surveillance. Keep in mind, the doorbell does require a stable Wi-Fi connection for it to function properly. So make sure you test out the signal at the location before installing it, especially those of you who are fancy and have concrete walls. Installing took approximately 15 minutes. You'll need a drill and drill bit which are not included in the packaging. Simply mark out the screw holes and drill into these using a maximum 6mm drill bit. Insert the wall anchors and make sure they align perfectly with the mounting plate and that it's straight. And then screw the plate onto the anchors. One slight annoyance that I do have is that the mount screw holes don't align between a standard brick size, which means that you do have to drill one end into the brick itself, which is a little bit harder to do. Installing on a timber surface is pretty easy though. You probably don't even need a drill and can just get away with screwing it on with a screwdriver and a little bit of muscle. The doorbell simply clicks onto the mounting plate. If you're wondering how easy it is for this to come out and whether it can be stolen, you'll need a small pin to release the doorbell from underneath, so it's not the most secure mount, but there is still a barrier to someone just ripping it off. After a month of using the doorbell, I've had a pretty positive experience overall. But here are some pros and cons that you should know before picking up the doorbell. Let's start off with some pros. No subscription. All recordings are saved onto the 16GB home base, but when this fills up, you will need to purge your clips. The doorbell records in 2K, providing crystal clear images during the day with a 160-degree wide-angle view that ensures comprehensive coverage of the surrounding area. Hey guys, so we're just in the studio recording with the EUFY doorbell, And you can see we get almost an entire 160-degree view of this room. You can see absolutely everything, and I'm only about 40 centimeters away from the doorbell. Night vision works well at closer distances, but does become less clear the further the subject is from the camera. Motion sensors can be adjusted for sensitivity and send timely notifications to your smartphone. Two-way audio allows users to communicate with visitors, and you can respond to notifications for live interaction. You can also use an Alexa or the home base as a door chime, so you don't need to spend any additional money. And if you live in a double-story home, you're probably going to need one, otherwise you might miss someone being at the door. With all that being said, there are some important drawbacks with the doorbell. The biggest downside, which is the case for all wireless doorbells, is not having the 24/7 monitoring capability. Some users may need this for round-the-clock security. The doorbell captures up to 120 seconds from motion detection, which may not be enough to capture an entire event when someone's at your doorstep. Also, the longer the recording length, the shorter the battery life is. And unlike some competitors, the EUFY doorbell doesn't offer cloud storage options, meaning users need to manually manage the local storage, but at least they don't charge you monthly for it. The doorbell easily comes out of the case with just a pin, so for someone who knows about this, it's pretty easy and quick to steal. I'm not sure why EUFY made it this easy. Maybe we should call them Goofy instead. Goofy doorbell. I like that. By the way, I did use the Ring doorbell for up to a year before changing over to the EUFY. So if you want to see a full review of that one, make sure to check out the link in the description below. And also in a future video, I'll be comparing the two to see which one's better. So make sure you subscribe because you won't want to miss it. Now let's head on over and check out the EUFY app. Taking a deeper look at the accompanying EUFY app, it requires a quick 15-minute account setup and login when using it for the first time. Then gives you access to view saved and live footage and customize the doorbell settings. Opening takes you straight into the dashboard landing page, which shows all EUFY connected devices to your account. Tapping into the doorbell takes you straight to a live view, where you get a bunch of other controls like recording and capturing screenshots, quick voice responses, or tapping onto the microphone to enable you to communicate with someone on the other side live. The sound will play through the doorbell speaker in real time, and it's pretty clear. All recording history is saved in the 16GB home base internal memory and accessible via the Events tab. Once this runs out, you will have to clear the memory and backup files if you want to keep them. Clicking on the settings icon brings up a set of user-friendly settings that's intuitive to use. A few key settings worth noting are adjusting the motion sensitivity to adjust the rate of unwanted motion, adjusting power settings through clip length or interval between triggers, and defining motion zones to only detect activity in areas set by your app and cancel out unwanted street or neighbor detection. In addition to linking to your smartphone, it can also link to other smart home ecosystems. So if you have a Google Home or an Amazon Alexa, you can start giving it voice commands. It can also link to HomeKit if you're part of the Apple ecosystem, but unfortunately, Samsung users will be sad to know that it can't link to SmartThings. I prefer using the native EUFY app anyway. You still have to go on there for some niche settings. And that takes us to the end of this video. Please like if it's helped, and if you've used the EUFY doorbell, please let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below.